What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. And today I am back with some more World of Tanks news from the future, because we still have a couple really interesting topics to cover from Wargaming developer Q&A session, which was over 3 hours long actually, with the Russian community members, community contributors and big dudes in Russia at least. Because this game is still crazy popular on the Russian server. To have something like 300, 400 or 500,000 players online at the same time on the Russian server is no joke, so World of Tanks is not going to die yet. At least on the Russian server. And if Wargaming keeps adding changes, which they have been adding lately, then this game is actually quite playable. Yeah, I have to say, quite a playable game. But as I said, I have some really interesting topics in today's episode as well. But before we jump in today's episode topics, I really have to say thank you for the feedback under my previous episode where I talked about XVM getting blocked, some new maps, a new frontline map, new features and so on. I asked you to take part of the comment section, the discussion over there, and over 1,200 comments, over 2,100 likes, guys. Thank you, you really crushed it. My main topic in my previous episode, of course, was XVM getting blocked, and thank you to Average Wannabe for pointing that out because yeah, my main title was this one and the main topic started at 8:33, so I really liked that comment. And what I'm going to do this time is I am going to pin my comment where I separate different topics, and I'm going to leave a little timeline for you as well. So if there is only one topic you're interested, scroll down, you should see the first pinned comment already with all the topics separated. But crazy discussion. Yeah, a lot of you guys enjoyed the Scorpion G suffering, who flipped himself over. But many different topics, just 249 upvotes. For example, no more XVM crybabies with instant lose messages, no more XVM focus, finally fix for slippery rocks and bullet collision. I really liked his 249 upvotes and 14 replies. And what else do we have over here? Oh, we have one comment with 39 replies, for example 144 upvotes. Just thank you guys for taking part of the comment section. XVM is just toxic as hell, fucking tomatoes, I go, then he kills himself and will lose because of him. Yes, this is the worst, one of the worst things about XVM, because stupid players. Yes, I am calling those players who say fucking tomatoes, I go, stupid players. Because they see something red in their team, they say it in the chat, and after that they go and die. They suicide, literally. So, stupid players use it as well, but awesome discussion. I had awesome time reading almost all of the comment section. And quickly, one last thing before we jump into the action, and by the way, here you can see that Scorpion G is suffering on the background, which everybody liked to see for some odd reason. Over 200 upvotes. Here it goes. In that episode, I asked one question from you, because when I was talking about XVM and Wargaming is thinking about blocking XVM, is thinking about making the option to private your stats, they raised a couple questions. They didn't know how players are going to react. They didn't know if too many players are going to use it or too little people are going to make their stats anonymous. So I asked that question from you, and over 8,000 players voted or answered. I asked would you make your stats private? Yes, no, only in the battle. I like XVM stats. What are we talking about? And I think I am going to say maybe only in the battle. Sometimes I can take it off as well. But 16% out of that 8,160 actually voted in total while I'm recording it, maybe more at the moment. But 16% voted yes, 17% voted no, 50% voted only in the battle, 14% I like XVM stats, and 1% didn't know what we're talking about. So Wargaming, I organized a little survey, 8,160 plus players have answered, and here are the results. I'm actually going to provide it to Wargaming. Maybe it actually helps them out. I don't know. But now let's talk about today's topics. And our main topic today is actually quite an intriguing one, so I really want to hear what you think about that once again, so comment section is for that. We are talking about gold shells, aka special ammunition, as Wargaming likes to call it, aka premium rounds. First question, gold shell and ammo prices. You promised to change that a year ago, yet nothing happened. And they said, within around 2 months, we will test gold shell rebalances in Sandbox. I am really happy to see that we are finally able to test something on this Sandbox once again. Not only Super Des players, because Super Des players, many times, they have released some ridiculous things. They have said, it is okay, yeah, let's go with it. For example, the latest thing that came out from the Super Des server right away, latest completely new thing, wheeled vehicles. What happened to the wheeled vehicles when they entered to the public test server? Boost got removed, speed got removed, mobility, stuff like that, like completely different vehicles. EBR 105 had 105 kilometers per hour top speed at first with boost, aka nitro, aka launch control, stuff like that, and after they were released, no boost, no 105 kph top speed, stuff like that. And 268 version 4 as well came out from the Super Des server, by the way. Let's not forget that, and many other things. So finally, 5,000 plus players should be able to test the new special ammunition on the Sandbox server. So I'm really happy to see that. I'm a bit more excited maybe than most of you guys, but it actually is good for the game. It's good for the testing. Hopefully you understand me. So what else they said? The testing as we see it now will feature either across all tiers or tier 4 to tier 10. So how you should do it is, I think at first make only tier 4 to tier 5 or from tier 4 to tier 6 vehicles available for the Sandbox server, then tier 7 to tier 9, and then open all the tiers. Otherwise nobody is going to play with tier 4 vehicles on the Sandbox test server. This is how it usually works. We liked the results from the Super Test, okay, which is why we are proceeding with a bigger testing phase now. Yes, exactly what you should do with every single update. And they actually said the same thing. However, from experience, Super Test results aren't always representative. Testers don't have time to digest changes. The very same people playing in very same conditions versus the very same players for a longer period of time often have different, sometimes completely opposite judgments on changes. So let's wait for the bigger testing and get back to this topic after that. Alright, let's do that. Yet another question about the gold shells. What will you do with those tanks, those vehicles who become insufficient when played without gold shells? Type 5, wink wink, nudge nudge, maybe. Maybe FE 4005, FE 215B 183 as well, because those two tanks are made for those nasty Hetzer rounds, in my opinion at least. They said, when rebalance occurs, it's likely to involve all shells, not just gold ones, as well as armor, ammo group, and economics. It's going to be a set of comprehensive changes. We will offer players a setup we have in mind on Sandbox or during an event like Classic and listen to the reaction to the change. So they are taking baby steps, but at least they're moving in the right direction. And as far as I understand, as far as I know, what they're thinking about doing to the premium, aka special ammunition is they like to give you an option. You either have more damage, more alpha damage, less penetration, or more penetration and less damage. So this is why it is not going to be called premium ammunition anymore. And this is why I guess they said if the core gameplay with revised parameters satisfies players and us, we will continue with pricing. So maybe the secondary ammunition, aka special ammunition, is not going to be as expensive compared to the standard ammunition as we have at the moment. The gap between premium and standard shells on some vehicles is quite ridiculous. Let's say standard shell costs 900 credits and premium round 5,200. Or on 183, one shot, one premium ammunition, one pop costs you 8,000 credits. And if you miss, minus 8,000 after every single shot. Crazy. You miss 10 shots, minus 80,000. I am excited to test it out on this sandbox server. Whatever they come up with, I would like to test it before. I do not know about you, but this is why the comment section is down there. Please let me know what you think about this type of premium or special ammunition. Yay, nay, or maybe you have any other alternatives to this system. Let me know. Next up, let's talk about mods, and we're briefly going to touch XVM as well once again. The mod that allows players to see your nickname and stats. Well, this is one thing that XVM can do, of course, but how they're thinking about fixing something like that. We have a concept for fixing it. One variant here is similar to the fog of war on the global map. However, we need to study the aftermath of the case when all players choose to anonymize their name and stats. We will be working on it and release a certain version of the solution this year in 2019. We can't confirm that it's going to be final, of course. So something like the fog of war effect on global map. You see 15 players, but you not see what they're driving with until you have spotted them. So this can be one solution. But more about mods. Commander's camera, collision model, force multiplier factor, and deflection shift for sniper aim, whatever that is, are all in backlog, and many other new features and improvements as well. Small improvements require just as much time and effort as big ones, of course, understandable. Every improvement has several interdependencies and can have a domino effect, so we need to make sure we aren't breaking something bigger with a small fix to something else. Yes, this is quite a big problem actually in many other big titles as well. A little mini patch to fix something small breaks something big. It happens. Next up, prohibited mods. Ban waves will continue. Yes, we view them as an efficient method to reduce the number of cheaters. We are also considering a comprehensive program solution to make using mods technically impossible. Nice. Illegal mods. They are talking about illegal mods over here. For example, signing for mods, inability to install mods without an approval, closing battle interface. We will be testing these whether publicly or in silent mode. The current client architecture doesn't allow to fully close it. Okay, they are working on banning people for using illegal mods. Hopefully it continues and it has some effect as well. And finally, final topic in today's episode, voice chat in game. We didn't work on it in the last few years because of two things. Number one, there are a lot of third-party solutions and options like Discord, the TeamSpeak, Skype, MSN. Okay, not MSN, but many third-party solutions. And number two, we have fully outsourced the service to a provider, Vivox. I would really like to see one high quality in-game voice chat. I really would like to see it for one reason. My upcoming platooning series, guys. I am going to platoon up with completely random people who use voice chat as well, and we're going to play a couple battles together. We are going to have some fun, and I am going to upload those edited battles to my YouTube channel. So please stay tuned, many awesome things still to come, including many new series ideas which I haven't even talked about in any of my episodes. Rebranding is almost done as well. It needs finishing touches, full rebranding, right? Like header, logo, intros, avatar, name stays the same because you guys wanted the same name. I am not going to change it, and many other things. So exciting times. 2019 is exciting, including some streaming stuff and equipment which is arriving. Okay, shh. This was my today's episode. Please let me know what you think about today's topics, gold rounds, mods, and are you using voice chat in the game? Let me know. I catch you next time with something else. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.